Welcome back to Otkin Outdoors. I'm Aaron Otkin. I'm going to try my hand today at fly fishing. My brother and sister-in-law were nice enough to let me come to their pond. They got bluegills and bass and stuff like that in there, so I'm going to just practice. I've never done it before, so stay tuned. Watch me fail. Maybe you'll learn something. I'm going to try a popper first. I bought a package of poppers, different colors. And a package of 50 flies just from South Bend, so it was only 13 bucks for the flies. These were $6 or something for 6 of them, so I'm gonna try that. I don't really know how to tie something onto a fly line, so I'm gonna use the regular old fisherman's knot, and hopefully that works good enough. We're just going for panfish today anyway, or bass if they decide to jump out and grab it. And if nothing hits, then I get bored, I'm gonna break out the old super ultralight here with the 2-pound test I was using for trout and try and catch a bass. They're in here, and some of them are real big. So here we go. Let's see how terrible this goes. Put some line out. That was pretty awful. Make this bad boy plop here. Pretty chilly morning too, so not so sure how active these fish are gonna be. There's a bass swallow. Ooh, bass just went after it, so that's a good sign. I have too much line on here. Let's try to feel a little in. I'm not really trying to cast it far, I'm just trying to get it out there good enough so that something will actually bite it. Kind of a new sensation trying to. Oh! Well, I had one! That's fun, man! That's cool! Pinch. Let it bite. Set them up. Nice thing about this pond is there's a ton of fish here. Not a lot of huge ones, but they were telling me their son, my nephew, had caught real big bass. Sounded from the nephew that was about 20 inches or so, which, I mean, when you're a kid, actually, I would love to catch a 20-incher today. So they're in here. There's carp in here, they said. Should have brought some corn. Just fished the bottom while I fly fished. So I'm kind of getting the hang of it. Not real smooth right now. Alright. Try some more line here, maybe. Try and get it out further or something. Just having a little trouble with this tree. Maybe I can do this. I didn't watch any videos on how to do it. So what you're seeing is me learning on the fly. Well, it's fun, even though I don't know what I'm doing. The wind's not helping at all. Got that popper popping. Right away and then nothing. Yeah, it's blowing it into the breeze. Okay. Try and learn the basics before we try and walk before we run. Try and walk before we run here and just do this. Try and get it out there. Popper doesn't work, we'll just have to go to the old the regular fly. So if I catch a fish today on this, see my very first fly fishing catch. I think that would be real cool to get that on camera. And he said, if you don't like, he basically said, throw a bunch of ropes out, and trip over them all day. And he's like, then you'll know what fly fishing is like. He says your line gets everywhere all the time, constantly walking on it, tripping on it. So he said, if you can handle that, go for it. I'm going to try a regular old fly now. Might go back to this a little later when it's a little warmer. Here's that kit. Want to make sure the camera can see it. There's all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to go with, maybe because it's so dark out, maybe something brightly colored. See what I can catch here. Maybe that's the wrong approach. I have no idea. I'll try this yellow fly here. Probably a dry fly or something. Well, of course, it's just like stuck beyond stock. Alright. Oh. I'm so old. Don't get old, kids. Don't get old. It's no fun. Try and waste as little line as possible on this, because if you don't know, man, if you don't know fly fishing, you have like a, I don't know what it's called, like a baseline that you reel on your reel, just the backing, that's what it's called, and then you have a float line. And then you have a leader, and I'm not sure if the leader and the tippet are the same thing. Fly fishermen help me out there. But, so, I get like 4 feet of a leader, or that's what I got left. I think they come in 7 at Fleet Farm. Here's the fly, he's yellow, he's got yellow wings. They do really look like dead bugs. Dead bugs in the water. Big gas, I guess. If I really get into this, I plan on buying a really nice fly fishing kit. This one's pretty nice. Definitely like this one. Good for panfish, trout. Maybe I can put a sink all the way to the bottom. Not sure how to try. Not sure how to figure out if it's a dry fly or wet fly or what. Maybe I got the wrong thing. Alright, my first fish on a fly, guys. Yeah. Look at that! Awesome! Just a little bluegill, but I did it! Awesome! Try to catch some more. That one came from the deep. The second stroke was really good. I got it way out there and then came back to the third. Didn't go anywhere. Okay, so proper way to hold this, maybe like this. Yeah. Nice catch a perch and a bass. That'd be fun. 12, 13-inch bass on this. Surprised the perch ain't going after it. I saw a bunch of perch here yesterday. We were here for my two nephews' birthday party. And my mother-in-law's birthday party. And there's fish all over here. A little perch going after my spinners and stuff. But they're not seeing them today. Must be cold. Let's see what the temperature is here. So it's 47, which is actually pretty warm for right now, this time of year. But mid-November. But the wind's making it feel like it's 40, so a little chilly. It might take them a little while to warm up. That wasn't too horrible of a cast. Take that. Still wondering how. Oh yeah, okay, that's how you do it, huh? Hold it and strip this. When something bites, you pinch, yank. Oh, sun's coming up. That's nice. It'll warm up a little bit. It's supposed to be 54 degrees. That's awesome. We have had tons of snow before this date. So I'm trying to take advantage of as much fishing as I can. Before it gets too cold to fish. Shouldn't really say that. Not too cold to fish, too cold to where I want to fish. To be comfortable. Those guys go out on those guide boats in Green Bay, and they're catching huge smallmouth, huge walleye, muskie. And those guys are, I mean, there's ice on their boat all the time. That doesn't, I mean, it seems fun to catch them, but it's a very uncomfortable day. This fly doesn't seem to be working too well. I only saw one fish foul that topper. That was a terrible cast. Oh. To come here. No one's around. The only people who use this pond are the brother and sister-in-law and their kids, so no one's gonna see me screw up all day. Good place to learn. Okay, so only saw one fish follow. That was a bluegill that I caught, which is great. But I'm I don't know what you would call me, a run and gunner. So I'm always changing baits all the time. Something ain't biting on it, I'm not gonna sit there and try it all day. So I'm gonna keep trying baits until I catch them consistently. With these bass in here, I think I'm gonna try something a little bigger. Not yellow, maybe black. Again, orange. Try this one right here. Black with red feathers. These geese are going crazy today. Sun's gonna warm them up pretty soon. They're gonna be having a grand old time out there. Sorry if I'm standing too close to the camera. To save battery, the camera screen will shut off, so I don't even know where I am on the camera right now. I just know it's on. Alright, let's try this. black and red. Probably a dry fly again. Definitely a dry fly. It is not sinking at all. I was gonna get up real early, but then I was like, these fish need time to wake up. When you go super early, hit or miss. Sometimes they're all over the place. Like walleye, I think, like to eat right away in the morning before sunrise, during sunrise. Bluegill seem to like middle of the day. Bass will be both, depending on the time of year. Not too bad of a cast. Got it close to where I wanted it. Who knows? I don't know. This might not be the time for fly fishing. You know, it's cold and they're eating off the top. Maybe they just like to get the stuff on the bottom. No idea. Not a fisherman or a fly fisherman at all. I just wanted to come out here and learn. You guys can learn from my mistakes. Make a lot of mistakes, as you've seen throughout the videos. So maybe you don't make them and you catch more fish than I do. At the same time, as the old cliche is, you can't be afraid to fail. That's great. You don't. You learn something from it. Well, I'm gonna move over there. I'm gonna put the camera on my chest so that you guys can kind of see how bad of a cast I make. Try a different spot. We're not gonna go too far. Oh, it's gonna be right in the wind. Dang it. Maybe I'll try down here. Against the wind. I don't think that's the song. Be a nice place to goose hunt. Unfortunately, there's houses right around, so probably can't. I don't really know. There's a road right there, house over there. You got the brother and sister's lawn houses back there. So I get somewhere when I can cast. Got the waterproof boots on, so that's gonna help. Maybe I can just walk in the water a little bit. It's a little calmer right here for the wind. Here's another thing I gotta learn how to cast with trees and junk around behind me. Dang, I should have brought my flies. I can't change flies. That was dumb. brother. I know there's fish in here because I caught a bunch last summer. I didn't record it, but there's a whole bunch of fish in this little area. Not a bad cast. Maybe a little more line needs to be brought out. There's a spot right over there. I'm not sure if that is their property. I was fishing it yesterday. And then when I asked the brother-in-law, he was saying their property ends somewhere over here, the big pine tree, so maybe right there. So I'm not sure if I can even go over there. Oh, God. Learn to cast this thing. And strip the line off. The line's getting all messed up, that's funny. A couple of years ago, it was Black Friday, and I was fishing. Oh, that was a terrible cast. At Styles, which you guys have seen me fish at Styles before. Hit or miss dam, and I caught a huge brown trout. But that was probably the coldest day I've ever fished. It was probably, I want to say, 20 degrees out, and the wind was really whipping. And every time I cast out, my eyelets froze up from the water. And yeah, it was just it was kind of a miserable day because I started off the day stabbing myself in the hand with my fillet knife. I forgot a knife, so I grabbed my fillet knife. My fillet knife's super sharp, and put it right into the palm here. And so I'm just gushing out blood. And I'm like, well, I drove an hour and 5 minutes to get to this place. I'm not going back home and taking care of this. I'm just gonna let it. I'm just gonna do my thing. Hopefully I'm okay. Well, third cast in, boom, I'm bleeding. And I catch about a 20 some inch, I think it was a 25-inch brown trout. Real skinny. 7 pounds, which was really cool. I was so excited. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know brown trout could get that big. I thought it was a salmon. And then I had about 3-4 casts later, I get a huge one. And I'm reeling this thing in and I'm gushing out blood all over my rod, all over the ground. People are watching me, they're cheering me on because no one's catching anything that day. And I finally get it. Finally get it in. And I'm bleeding on the fish. The fish is bleeding, so I ended up taking it home. But it was a 29-inch, but it was 15 pounds. Just a big old fat brown trout. That was super fun. But that was the coldest day I ever had. So I catch both those fish within the first hour. No, within the first 10-15 minutes. And then I stay for the next 5, bleeding all over the place, trying to stop the bleeding with napkins I have in my truck and stuff like that. And I end up not catching anything for the next 5 hours. I came home and I'm still bleeding. And you're like, jeepers. But I end up, yeah, it was a great day of fishing, even though it was miserable. Wow. Look at these guys go. Guess it's time to leave. Time to leave. Crazy geese. But yeah, so that was probably one of my most uncomfortable fishing moments. 20 degrees, eyelets freezing, hand bleeding. It was one of those days where you remember the fish over the struggle. Huh? Nothing is biting right now. Could be the fly I got. Could be me being loud for the camera so you guys can hear me. Could be I suck. I'm getting it. I mean, I'm not getting it where I want it, but I'm getting it the general area, you know. I'm not going to win any fly casting contests anytime soon, but can't expect to. Look at all those geese. They're always where you don't need them. So say you're goose hunting. I don't see them very much where I need them. I see them where I don't need them. On the way, I spent 5 hours one day hunting geese. And I got there. I got to the place. I left the place. What am I talking about? I leave the place. And on my way home, about a mile away from where I was hunting all day, there is like 50 in a river that you can't fish or you can't hunt from. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I think they're smarter than everyone thinks they are. Huh, there's a lot of fish over here yesterday. Maybe they're in the deep right now, waiting for it to warm up. bluegill did come out of the deep, so. Terrible cast. They're taunting me. I need my shotgun. Never shot a goose. What, 3 times? And never got any of them. Those look like snow geese. There's a bass following this fly. It's very small bass. Nice. That was a better cast. That was right where I wanted it. Nah, those aren't snow geese. They're just regular geese. Well, I'm glad I was able to catch one fish, fly fishing. I was hoping to catch one. I was hoping to catch about 100, but sometimes they don't cooperate. I think right now I might have to switch to spinning something heavier. Get down to the bottom further out, because they're not going for this right now. I don't know if it's just the fly or if it's I don't know. They're just not here. That could be because yesterday I saw about, I was a little further over that way, and I saw about had a spinner. It was a big spinner, and they just all came out and just stared at it as it went by. So I know they're here, but they must not be here yet, you know. That makes any sense. Oh, terrible cast, man. Kill this dang reed. That'll help. And got it about until 11:30 this morning. I gotta get back home. Watch the Packers at noon. Watch them play the Bears. We'll see how that goes. Packers have not been impressive this year. Bears have not been impressive this year. I mean, the Packers are 6-3, but they're lucky to be 6-3. They played pretty bad and they're still 6-3, so they're a good team. They're just young and make stupid mistakes all the time. It's kind of be expected. They're the youngest team in the league. Huh. Yeah, there's no fish over here. Oh, you gotta go all the way back, maybe? Well, those are right, I guess. I'm fishing it slow. Doesn't seem to be working very well. Glad I brought these boots today. Keeping my feet nice and warm. Keeping those feet nice and warm today. Put them through their paces, see if they're watertight like they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like muck boots, but my left toe is getting cold, so what does that mean? Is my toe just getting cold, or is it letting a trickle of water in? Well, I know during the summertime I'd be catching fish constantly. Well, that was a good cast right there. Snap. Still fun to be out. It's a Sunday morning. Wife had to do like a seminar thing, so she's got to work all day. Kids are home sleeping because they're teenagers. And I'm not one of those parents that make them wake up unless we got something to do. But we don't let them stay up all night either, so one has a 9:30 bedtime, the other one's 18, so he kind of can stay up, but if he's staying up too late and he's missing stuff, then he don't get to stay up anymore because he lives at our house. And I don't care if he's 18 or not, it's our house. So, but they need their sleep. So they can develop and be less grumpy and whatever. It's funny, when I was a teen, I get about 3-4 hours a night, I guess. Stay up, play video games, go to school, wake up, go to school, be super tired all day, fall asleep in class. It's like, jeepers, dude, just go to bed. Nothing is working here, so I guess I'll go back, maybe grab a different fly, try something else. I want to go over there, but I'm not sure if I can. I know that driveway I can't, that's for sure. Over there, but there's a spot right there that I was fishing yesterday. Just like I said, I'm not sure if I was supposed to be. Oh, reeds everywhere. But they just might not be eating right now. And this is fishing. If you don't want to be skunked and frustrated and whatever, don't go fishing, because you have days where it's amazing and days where it sure does suck. Those are the days when you drive, like when I went to Boulder Junction up in northern Wisconsin. That's a 3-hour drive. Ended up catching all panfish, and not even a lot of panfish. I mean, there's muskie up there, walleye, bass. The only thing I caught, panfish. And tiny smallmouth, like that big. That's a tough pill to swallow when you drive that far. And there's times where you drive an hour and you catch a muskie, or big northern, or huge smallmouth bass, and you're like, Totally worth it. Depends on the day. Depends on if you're biting. Depends on if you get the right stuff. It's a lot of factors. A lot of those guides and I'll say professionals, they know exactly where to look at all times of the year. They're very good at what they do, and a lot of times they're only targeting 1 or 2 fish, so they get to learn those 2 fish and they kill it and they guide and they do a great job. But it's a normal dude trying to figure it out himself. It's pretty hard. I'm starting to learn though. About 4 or 5 years into fishing. I used to just, growing up, we just go to the river about 15 miles away from our house, 10 miles away from our house, throw out a night crawler on a weight and just get cat and some carp all night. And that was how I thought all fishing was done, pretty much, or bobber. And that's not how all fishing is done. Let it sink to the bottom, maybe scurry it across the bottom a little bit. Pretty sure this is probably a dry fly, but I didn't put any floatant on it or whatever it's called. Not ideal conditions today. All this wind. For a guy trying to learn fly fishing. Oh yeah, I brought mealworms too, so maybe if I put a worm on there, I mean, I know it's probably not technically fly fishing then, but whatever gets them to eat. So let's put that worm on. Maybe it's not mealworm. What is it called? It's butterworm, no. Waxworm, that's what it's called. Put a waxworm on there. Don't want to lose any litter. It's nice enough to let me fish here. Don't want to lose anything here. Stupid cheap Fleet Farm crap. This might help a lot. Seems like I'm kind of cheating. But, you know what? However you catch a fish, that's the way you catch them. Unless there's a rule. Can't catch them this way. Whatever you want. I bet you it falls off immediately. Yeah, I believe it fell off. Pretty sure it fell off already. Yep. Okay, so that's why you don't really put them on there. They're not going to stay very well. I'm going to try it a better way this time. Let's see if it stays on there this time. I wonder where that one went. I didn't see it land in the water. That's funny. That's funny. Give it a couple of stabs. As mean as that sounds. that one. Oh yeah, they're gonna want this. If I can get it straight. Okay, let's figure out how to do this here. Looking like a doofus. Problem is right now nothing's even coming to sniff it. I saw one little bass out there. He was just watching it. He didn't move. He was just like, what are you? Some kind of weird spider thing. Let me get it out here. Let it sink to the bottom. Being a regular, spin rod fisherman, this is how I fish, Things ain't working, you use live bait. Fly's not working, you switch it out. Fish ain't biting, you try smaller lures. You don't just use the same thing all day. A lot of people use the same stuff all day and it works. You might get 3 fish, whereas if I change it nonstop, maybe I'll get 5 fish, or maybe I'll get 1 fish. I just prefer to fish more action-packed, like changing, moving, doing stuff. Wow, this black fly is not doing anything right now. Nothing is going after it. It's really weird. Even with the wax worm on it. Maybe I'll just try to jig with a wax worm on my spinning rod, see what happens. Get it out there a little farther, because I can't cast this very far with the wind. No, professional. Oh, I had one and I missed him. Here I am trash talking flies. Can't even do it right. Dang it. There's a bigger blue. Oh, he's got it. There we go. Nice bluegill. Beautiful. Oh, that's a beaut right there. It's a beauty. I'm just gonna leave my line out. All right, number 2 for the day. So that waxworm must have helped. He got a free meal. I got to catch a fish. Sounds like a great deal to me. I'm just recording today. I think I'm gonna just put this entire video out. Just the way it is. I don't know. I'm not really sure how many people would actually want to watch that. I don't know if people watch that and like put it on the background noise, or I've watched a couple, but I ended up making it through like 20 minutes and then falling asleep. Guys fishing for cats or whatever, and they're just sitting there talking. But I wanted to put a video out like that, just so people see if people want to watch it. I don't know. lot more happens on a fishing trip than the 15-20 minutes I put on my videos, you know. A lot more happens. A lot of times something happens, you're not recording, or just don't think people are going to want to watch it, you know, so take it out of the video. Oh, shoot. Should get the way down there. Might have been a bass. Got too excited. Felt it pull and then immediately pulled up on it instead of just letting it sink, you know. Something messed up there. We might have it. Nope. That's funny. The best way to fish here is just to... Oh, there it goes. Something just nailed it right off the top. Seems like the best way to fish here is just to go out like... Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, they're not grabbing it. They're just teasing me. Again, the best way to fish here is just throw it out and let it sink in this area. And a bluegill will come find it, or a bass. Oh, got something here. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Gotta get used to the hook sets though. Yeah, it's now we're cooking. Must be warming up or something. You think that, but it doesn't feel any warm. I doubt the water warmed up at all, so I don't know. The sun kind of went away. It was out here, but it's behind some clouds now. But yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Catch some fish with a fly rod. That's 3 bluegill now. That's awesome. Love a bass here though. There's bass everywhere in here. Even if it's a small one, I don't care. Take a bass any day of the week, or perch, another different kind of panfish. Best one would be a carp. I don't think I'd get that. I guess my only complaint with this fly rod is it's not the most sensitive rod in the world, but I really don't know what Henry spent on it, or it came in a Reddington case, but it's like a Conquest, Aurora Conquest with a Scientific Angler reel. Know nothing about any of that, so it's plastic-ish. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. Seems alright. It's definitely doing the job. I was watching one guy and he was sitting there complaining about, he bought a $40 combo from Walmart, and then he was complaining that it wasn't as good as some of the other rods he had. Well, he had like $1,000 rods. It's like, what the heck are you talking about, man? $40 to get into the sport. Can you fish? If it casts and it doesn't break and you catch fish with it, that seems like an awesome deal to me. Oh, there we go, another bluegill. Fun. This is fun. I like this. Pan fishing with the fly. I'm gonna have to try this in Oshkosh. There's a place where you can sit there and catch 10-inch bluegill. Just tons of bluegill all the time. And I have a hard time catching them with like a bobber and stuff like that, so maybe I'll bring the old fly rod, catch some fish, you know? I think I'll do this. I think I'll put a video. Oh, I missed him. Put another video on there of me, the whole thing, the hours I'm here, and then a video of the edited version, and we'll see what happens there. I'm guessing the edited one will get more views, but you never know. Sometimes people just can't get out fishing and they just watch a video for a few hours. I am one person away at this moment from getting there's a fish on. One person away from 150 subscribers. No, he's got it and I screwed up. There we go. Oh. So if you know anyone who wants to watch a huge doofus fish screw up all the time, let me know. There's another fish in. Yes, this is fun. I like this. This is pan fishing with a fly rod. This is not bad. This is not a bad way to spend your Sunday morning. Oh. Do it. Jump. Jump. Oh. Yeah, there's ways to get into these sports for cheap. So, like I had, luckily Henry's a nice guy. He's a very generous fella. And he was, when I mentioned I wanted a fly rod, he was like, just take this one. You know, this would cost him money. I'm sure it wasn't cheap. Even if it was, it's awesome to get something for free. But, yeah, you can go to pawn shop or go on Facebook Marketplace and just try and find a cheap, come on, cheap rod and reel, cheap fly rod and reel. You know, there's plenty out there. I think at 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a little giveaway. That's a long way out, though. It's been I don't know, 8 months, 9 months since I started this channel. I have 140 subscribers, or 149 right now, at the very instant. And there we go, another one. Nice bluegill. Love it. So it'll probably be a couple years before I can do that. I really want this channel to work. When I first started, the wife was, I had been talking about it for a couple years, just some random schmo having, you know, a channel where he doesn't really know what he's doing, and he just kind of fishes and makes mistakes and shows other people, you know, like what not to do. And I'm actually surprised I have 149 subscribers. Very happy and very thankful to the people who have subscribed. That's very nice. I don't know why you watch me, but I enjoy doing this for the most part. Sometimes it's a grind. Sometimes it sucks, but the editing process is probably the hardest part. For most of these videos, the one I did last night took me about, actually it was pretty short. It was probably 4 or 5 hours. Went pretty smooth. But I had to watch a lot of footage. Like I went trout fishing. It was my Iowa trout fishing day 2, and ooh, that's a big bluegill. Come on, bro, eat it. And I had a lot of footage but I didn't. A lot of times I'll have a lot of different videos I gotta watch and place in order, and that's kind of hard sometimes. My camera, I'll hook it up to my phone, because I do all my editing on my phone. I don't have any editing software. I don't save anything, which is gonna bite me in the butt. And another one, nice. And so I use my phone, and I don't have a paid editing software, so there's ads, and you know, you're dealing with that. But if I get it off my phone, if I don't watch every single video and determine, I guess when they go on from the camera to the phone, then it's in order. So I have to write down every single video, and I have to write the duration, how many gigs it is, and then I can download it to my phone, put it on my editing software. When my editing software gets it, or when I put it on my phone, it's all out of whack. And I've had a couple of videos where everything was out of whack. You can't really do anything about it. You just gotta try and put them in the order that you think they're in. So that's kind of what happened with my video the other day with me and Henry getting meat. If you watch it close, there's there'll be 5 fish or so, and then there'll be like 20 fish in there in the cooler, and then there'll be like 5 fish. So, 5 or 6 fish. So it was messing up for me. I didn't watch them beforehand, and then I had no idea what order they came in, and you try and put it together the best you can. It's not easy, but I will say this: if you have a smartphone, you can make your videos. My first probably 5 videos were all with my cell phone, and this is the littlest one of the day. It's with my cell phone. It was really hard to make because my phone, when you do that, your phone seems to die super fast. There'll be days where I'm out fishing and I end up getting about, I don't know, an hour worth of footage. You can't really, maybe 2 hours worth of footage, and you can't do anything about it. So then I brought my big old inverter thing I bought for my like snowblower batteries, and then you're trying to charge it, and it's overheating, and yeah, it's just a mess. So way easier with this camera. They came out with a new one now. I might buy it. When me and Henry were on the dock at the end of the meat video, I dropped the camera and it shattered. So I was pretty disappointed. It's still working. It's only in the corner, but I think that I think it might mess up the sound every once in a while. So if you hear like burp, 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 might be just the broken camera. So I'm gonna try and buy one of those by next year. Then I'll have 2 cameras. Buy the new DJI Action Pro 5, and then when I go out with like my brothers and stuff, I'll strap it to one of them. They'll fish, I'll fish, and we'll get twice as much good footage. Or Henry, that would be fun to put Henry on one. But yeah, this channel is it's a lot of work, but it's going pretty well. It's fun to do. My biggest thing is I like to I like having memories. My family, I don't know if they really like watching it all the time, but sometimes they really enjoy watching my stuff, because they don't usually go with me. So then they can watch my fishing trip and know exactly what I was up to, you know. And a lot of times they have to sit through the editing, because I do a lot of my editing on the couch, just hanging out. But when I first started, my goal was to not make money. I just wanted maybe get a lure or two for free, or get a sponsor, like not really a sponsor, but just like, hey, Northland sent over this pack of mimic minnows or something, you know, or Kitech sent over this pack of easy shiners. We're gonna use them today, catch smallmouth, you know. But now I want to make some money from it, and it would be like ultimate dream to like be able to quit my job and do this. That would be amazing. You'd get some really high quality videos if that was the case. But that's years and years down the road. So it's been almost, so I got it in March. So it's been 8 months, 9 months, something like that. And 149 subscribers. So do the math, I won't be paid for 5 years. And then even then it's like, just depends on how many people watch. So if people are watching a lot of your videos, a lot of hours, then you're going to get quite a bit of money. But if they're only watching for 2 minutes and then they shut it off, and there we go, big, nice bluegill. Not big, but nice bluegill. Then you're only going to get like $20 to $100 a month. So even to make money off this channel would be great, to recuperate some, you know, just get paid for your time. It'd be like if I got $1 an hour, you know, for all the work I put in. I've already put in a couple of grand on this channel. All the gas I use, all the places I go, the places I rent, like I probably spent 3-4 grand on that this summer. But I like to do this stuff, so it's an excuse to kind of put your priorities towards the fishing, so that maybe someday you might be able to make something off of it, you know. Another one, little guy. Gotta love it, that's fun. Ouch. Bluegills, you're so pointy. Such a pointy little rascal. I'm surprised none of them have swallowed it completely. They've gotten close, but so if you're a YouTuber, you want to team up or something too, I'm always open to that. I like to fish by myself, but I like to learn too. I watch a lot of fishing YouTube channels. A lot of the Canadian guys, because they catch such giant fish. There's a couple of Minnesota guys that are real good at walleye fishing, and I'm terrible at walleye fishing. I like to watch fly fishermen. I was watching a fly fisherman. He was telling me what I needed for my stuff to get started fly fishing. Luckily Henry had it all on this pole already, so that could be real expensive. Again. they were talking about, hey, get this fly rod combo. It's the best one on the market, best deal on the market. And he's going through it, and he's like, so you get this included. This is a really good reel. It's more than, it's 100, 200 bucks. And this rod is a really good rod, and this expensive, and this fly line is $90 fly line. And I'm like, holy crap, $90 for line. I'm like, well, I'll buy the cheap stuff until I actually want to do this more often. Then I'll start getting into it. But there's a little bluegill. I don't have the stuff on there, so they're not chowing. Let's put they're just swimming up to it and looking at it. So let's put another wax worm on there. What a nice day. Get out and go fishing and catch fish. Like, that's what I like to do. Sometimes you get too into it and you start overthinking things. Like, if I don't catch anything today, this sucks. Blah 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 blah. And shouldn't be about that. Should be about having fun. Wish my kids liked it more. They come out and fish with me, but they grew up. We'd go fishing and we wouldn't catch anything. So they'd be real frustrated and bored, and my son would be finding line on shore and like reeling it up, and it's got hooks at the end. He's like, Dad, I found a hook. It's like, don't get hit or don't get pricked by a kid. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that. But I'm bored. And it's like, well, okay, I don't really have a thing to say once they say that. You gotta do something when you're out with your dad fishing and you're bored out of your mind. We used to go when I was a kid with my dad, and we'd drive 2 hours away and catch bluegills, and used to take us to a trout place where you pay like $5 per person and you catch trout all day. You can keep them. It's a fun place to go. My dad's not around anymore. He passed away when my son was 3 weeks old. My son is now 18. Time goes fast. That was a real rough time. Gotten married a couple years before. We were always broke. Had a kid. And you find out your dad's dying, and then he passes away when your kid's like 3 weeks old, and he wanted to be buried in Texas, so he got buried in Texas. So we all took a trip down to Texas, and luckily his life insurance kind of paid for it. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go. Like, we got reimbursed by my mom basically for the plane tickets and stuff, and they weren't rich, so it wasn't like she got a bunch of money out of the deal or anything like that. She still had to work and struggle until she retired. She probably retired 3-4 years ago now, maybe longer. And yeah, just difficult. So I couldn't afford fishing stuff, rods and reels. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this rod and reel's half off, it's $20. I don't know if I can afford it. End up buying it. One time I bought one, it was a catfishing rod and reel, and it had like the lights on it, so it'd glow in the dark. And it was $40. And I was fishing one time, and I had probably had it for a year. I was fishing off the dock in New London there, which I've had a couple of videos of doing that. And some drunk boater came cruising right by the docks, snagged it, and the pole went flying behind him. And that was very, very, very disappointing when you don't have any money. You're just struggling to go fishing, you know. It's expensive to buy some hooks and some worms. You don't have the $8 it takes to do it. So, stopped going fishing for a while because I couldn't afford it. So if you're in that place, my only advice to you is keep working hard at your job and stuff. Be the best. Sounds dumb, but be the best you can be. Be better than everyone else if you can be. It's the way I go about business. I'm not rich or anything, but we finally have some money, and I don't care about money. If I have enough money to get what I need and go have some fun, I am super happy. I'm not a guy that strives to be like a millionaire or anything like that. I like to be home with the kids. I like to hang out with them. Ooh, big fish just flashed at that one. I like to be with the wife. I like to be home. I don't like work. I'll just say that. I don't want to be away doing stuff I don't like to do all day. In my job, I cannot complain about my job. My job is, I work about 40 hours a week, or less than that sometimes, more than that sometimes. It's a very physical job, and you got to be outdoors a lot, but I mean, it could be so much worse. There's other companies that do the same thing as I do, and those poor guys work 60, 70 hours a week. They're off all over the state of Wisconsin. You know, so my job's okay. I just don't want to do it. I'd much rather get paid to do this. It's like peak dream right here. Come out on a Monday morning and go fishing. Make a video. Enjoy life. Come home, hang out with the kids when they get off of school and stuff. It sounds fantastic. It is a lot easier now that the kids are older too. So when they were young, you either had to bring them with and they didn't want to come, or you just stayed home. That was just the way it went. So now that one's 13 and one's 18, the one's graduated. He's going to be a carpenter, which is awesome. And his sister's 13, and she takes care of herself. You know, she can cook meals. She can do all sorts of stuff. She ain't worried about it. Wake up and she's cooking herself an egg sandwich. I'm like, what? Where'd you learn this? Just trying it. She bakes some of the best food I've ever bakery goods I've ever had from my daughter, because she's got a lot of patience to sit there and make it exactly right. Very proud of those kids. They're both very smart. They're both very sweet kids. What we always heard when they were little, got another one. It's like, how do you get your kids to be this nice? Well, discipline. That sounds bad, but when they're doing something wrong, they get in trouble. They lose privileges. They spanked my kids a couple times. That was I didn't like that, so I didn't do it anymore. They only got the spank when they were doing something really wrong, and like I said, it was like, I think I spanked my daughter twice and my son probably 3 times. I just didn't like doing it, so I stopped doing it. I got spanked all the time when I was a kid, but probably deserved it. Parents tell you, don't go down the stream and get all dirty. What do? Go down the stream, you sit there and get mud all over your boots, and pants are ruined, and shirts muddy, and it's like you kind of deserve to get a little spanking when you're doing stupid crap like that, you know? Not maybe, you definitely deserve to get a spanking or punished. Parents tell you to do something, just ignore them. Best thing as a parent is to punish them. Don't let them get away with it. We never let our kids get away with stuff. They had bedtimes they had to stick to, or they lost video games, or they lost whatever they liked the most. They would end up losing that stuff. If they talked back, they definitely got talked back to. They'd get in trouble big time. I think a lot of people let their kids do whatever they want. They're like, oh, they're just a kid. No, I mean, they are just kids, but you gotta discipline those kids so that they're not little stinks outside the house, you know. The school report cards would always say, like, oh, they're such a pleasure to have in class, and they pay attention well, and it's like, that's awesome. That's what you want from your kids. But all those people that think kids are a burden, kids are awesome. Sure. Is it hard? Yes. Is it satisfying? Heck yeah. As long as you're not like super selfish. I see all these crazy ladies on the internet nowadays talking about how great it is to be single and blah blah. Well, what are you gonna do when you're 50 and no one wants you anymore, and you've been out partying so much that you don't even know what to do? Guys will touch you with a 10-foot pole, like, have kids, get married, dedicate yourself to your spouse instead of everyone else around them. It's the problem most women have nowadays, is they think everyone owes them something. And if you find a guy and you treat him really good, man, that guy will treat you fantastic. And if he doesn't, then you leave. The girls who get the most romance in life are the ones that treat their husband better than they treat themselves. Same thing with husbands. If you treat your wife super good, they're going to reciprocate. If they don't, say you're dating, they don't want to put as much effort into it, they have commitment issues or whatever crap people use as an excuse nowadays not to get married, then cut the tie and go find someone who will. There's plenty of people out there that crave a relationship where they can get married. Oh, that hurt. Just tried to grab the fly off the ground and got a splinter in my nail. Yikes. I'm gonna trade flies. They, even with the waxworms, are not biting anymore, so I think they're pretty used to it. So let's get a different fly on here, get rid of this waxworm because that's disgusting. Ooh, bumblebee. I'm not really around right now, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Bumblebee, bumblebee. Oh! Oh no! Where'd my bumblebee go? Where'd my bumblebee? Where did you go, bumblebee? Oh no, did the bumblebee fly away? Oh no, man. I was really excited to use that one. Poop. Poopy poop. Well, that sucks. Mr. Bumblebee Fly is gone. Oh, pockets. Man, that sucks, man. So excited to use that guy, too. Well, I'm going to try this orange big fat fly. Oh, stupid wind. Wind is so strong today. Just trying to tie that hook, tie that fly on, it just went flying. Oh, disappointing. It had to have flown away because I don't see it anywhere. I am a guy though. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Well, it is what it is. My thing in life is you can't get too upset about things because you can't control it. Enjoy the good moments, move past the bad moments. Don't get too high or too low because it'll change tomorrow. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, enjoy the happiness while you can. Be joyful is what it is. Like, when things are going like crap, my big thing is, I just think, it could be worse. You know, there's people with much worse lives than I have. I'm struggling with, I don't even know what I struggle with anymore because I just don't get too down. I mean, one thing is money, I guess, you could struggle with a lot. What's the worst that's going to happen here in America, though, you know? You're not going to starve. You have people, you have food banks, you have, you know, pantries you can go to. Got churches. Yes, churches. But you gotta think of, like, Like, there's people in Africa, I know that's what parents always use, but there's people in Africa that are starving to death. They are going to die from starvation. And we complain that, you know, my steak isn't cooked right way, you know. How ridiculous does that sound? And I'm guilty of it for sure. Like, I just lost a fly. Big deal. You know, like, put it in perspective as my mental health. If you think that way and you don't dwell on your problems all the time, it really helps. I was watching a podcast, probably Joe Rogan. He had a psychiatrist on there, and she was saying, like, the biggest symptom of, or like the biggest thing to do wrong when you have depression is to think about your problems all the time. Stop thinking about your problems and think about the good and watch what happens. She said that, like, the psychiatrists and stuff are there, they're not there to make money, like, they care, but there isn't a lot of solutions if you don't want to get better. If you want to dwell on your problems and on your issues, excuse me, that was gross. You're always gonna have those problems. You're not gonna get over it. So when something crappy happens, move past it. It's easy for me to say, I know, but I've went through some really crappy crap in my life, and trust me, my life hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. It's been hard. Not as hard as other people's, and that's where it comes in, right there. Your life could be so much worse. Think about it that way, you're going to get over your problems a lot faster than if you sit there and think, poor me, poor me, poor me. Stepping on the rope, or the line. Huh, it's easier to cast when you have a weight on there. Put a weight on there to try and catching a lot of bluegill, sinking it all the way to the bottom. And this must be a dry fly, it doesn't want to sink, so. I wonder if a popper might work again. This orange fly ain't working very good right now. Wish I had that B one. Man. Well, there's a perch. Boom! Oh, he engulfed that sucker. Bro, don't do that. Don't. Couldn't resist, huh? He like just smoked it. That was cool. That was cool. Let's do it again. Pretty sure he got angry at my fly. I'm not even sure he cared about it and like wanted to eat it. He just, pretty sure he just got ticked off at it. It was by him. He didn't want it there. Looked at it and it's just like, get out of here. He ate it. Something went after it there. Didn't eat it though. Yeah, there's stuff going after it. Boom. Oh. Bluegill came up, swatted at it, but saw me and stopped. Well, I gotta say, this is more fun than bobber fishing for bluegill. Wish I could catch a bass. I had about 3 of them come flash up here yesterday and try and steal my stuff. So I know they're here. Uh-oh. There's a bass. Bluegill's got it right now. Ooh, big bass. Not big. Good sized bass though. Something's got it. Oh, dropped it. Keep seeing something big in there. I don't know if it's a big bluegill or something else. That's why I said big bass, because I combined the two. Oh, something's after it. Oh, that's a big bluegill. That's not a bass, that's a big bluegill. Something's got it. Oh man. Oh man. I don't have my wax worm on right now, so. Oof. Not the prettiest. I can do it, the second part of it, I can do pretty well. Then I get to the third part, and then it goes shorter than the second one. So I don't. I think I'll be bringing this to Iowa next year when we go. That'll be fun. Something to bit it. Maybe this rod is pretty sensitive. I mean, I can feel everything when these bluegills hit it. It feels like a little machine gun going on your hand, just like a doot. I think they bite it and they realize there's nothing good. It doesn't taste any good, and then they're done. Yeah, so the second thing was farther than the first or the third. Seems to happen every time. There we go, get something. Keep missing. Got him. Oh, nice bluegill. Oh, he's fighting. He's a fighter. I'm surprised I haven't had any bass come up. Oh yeah, that's one of the best ones of the day. I'm surprised I haven't had any bass come up and try and smoke one of these bluegill when I'm catching them. Maybe they're just not big enough to do that. Yeah, so I wish you guys would put more comments on the channel. I mean, I want to get to know you guys more. One subscriber, I can't remember, Fin Fishing. I don't know. You can look at my subscriptions, and she's on there, but she actually subscribed to me, so I subscribed to her and watched her channel, and yeah, I like her. She's fun to watch. Seems like she's still learning the ropes of fishing, and here we go, another one. And just having fun doing it with her little corgi. But so I don't know her at all, but I mean, she commented a couple times on my channel. I've commented a couple times on her channel, so that's nice to, you know, start to know someone a little bit. Yeah, you guys can tell me if you subscribe to me. I'll subscribe to you if you're making videos. If you're not, then I won't. But yeah, but I want to get to know the people that watch my channel. My brother, he comments all the time. He's a loyal follower, which is nice. My mom, my older brother too, they all follow the channel pretty close. I appreciate that. It's nice to have family support you. I actually want to get to a point where you know, I can go fishing with subscribers and stuff like that. It'll be fun. So yeah, comment if what I'm talking about is, you think it's stupid, let me know. I don't mind differing opinions on stuff. I mean, I have very strong opinions on things because I live my life more according to the Bible than the world, so things are a lot different in the Bible than they are for normal people. But I definitely think there's a lot of solutions in that book for anyone who wants to read it. Changed my life. I was 20, got broken up with by some chick, and was real sad and kind of depressed. And I'm the kind of guy, I've always been a guy who wanted to get married and have kids and stuff like that. I was never a guy who just wanted to go out with every chick he could find and do stuff and then throw her off to the side, anything like that. But started going to church, reading the Bible, and man, I just don't know how people get through things without it, I guess. It's my big thing. Death and problems at home and things like that. It's tough to deal with. But when you know that there's something past this life, yeah, it makes it a lot better. These things a lot, puts everything in perspective. And oh, here we go. Oh man, I keep missing these bluegill. Come on, Bass, where are you today? It's gonna be noon and you're not, or 11:30 and you're not even gonna let me. Oh, this guy's, oh, he swallowed it and he spit it out. Fantastic. I forgot what I was talking about. 10 o'clock already. I gotta leave in an hour and a half. I've been here for probably an hour and a half, maybe more. Having a lot of fun, catching a lot of little bluegills. I was hoping this is how it was going to be. I was hoping for a couple more bass than what I thought. Catching fish. People were wondering how those rock bass taste. I don't know. Henry took them all home. He said they were good. I've heard that they're as good as regular panfish, maybe not bluegill or something, but they're soft, or they're firmer than crappie, so a lot of people like the texture better than crappie. That's what I've heard. I haven't ate it, so I'd have to have a side-by-side comparison, you know. Man, I would love to own a place like this. This is their farm, and it's got a perfect little pond. I'd get try and get a permit from DNR and stock this thing with maybe not northerns, but walleye, maybe. Trout would be a fun one. Ooh, bad cast. Right there. Oh, don't ask. Wonder how much it would cost to say you wanted 1,000 trout. Wonder how much that would cost. I'm sure it's not cheap. Nothing's cheap. Property like this to buy is definitely not cheap. Cold day. It's supposed to warm up, but it hasn't felt like it warmed up at all. Let's put another worm on there. They seem to like that better than anything else. Flies are just an attention grabber. Delicious. Oh, jeepers criminy. I can see what that guy's talking about. If you want to just trip over rope and stuff all day, then you'll know if you like fly fishing or not. It makes a lot of sense. Probably just lost my worm. Nope. Oops, that's all messed up. It's like put a bunch of rope and just sit there and trip over them all day. Trip over the rope all day. And if you can handle that, you can handle fly fishing. Wow, that was the worst cast ever. This wind is rough right now. I'm gonna catch something on this right now. Feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Sorry, that was weird. That was kind of fun. Having a camera and talking to yourself for hours. It's actually pretty fun. That thing off, I must have flung off the sinker. That makes sense. Why it's not getting down there. They're not biting? I didn't even notice. If I didn't, I'll be very surprised. Something's got it. Oh, farts. Took my worm. Okay, well let's put this down so it doesn't go flying, blowing all over the place. Just grab a worm here. grab a sinker. Pretty soon I am definitely going to try the spinning rod. Just because I really enjoy catching fish, and I feel like the bass are going to hit the spinning rod, so my lure's on the spinning rod before they hit this guy. Oh yeah, definite. Took my sinker. I'm just pinching it on today. I'm not putting it on there tight because I would like to get it off and reuse this line as much as possible. Okay, so that's that. Wow. Okay, well, I'll just leave it there. Have any of you ever fly fished? Are you good at it? Have you caught any just giant fish? Have you caught any kind of fish? There we go. This little bluegill. I'll take them. It's been a little bit. And of course he took my worm. Little rascal. I might put a power egg on here pretty soon. Try that out. Maybe the bass will want a power egg. Highly doubtful, but you never know with fish. I mean, it smells like food and looks like food, so. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's try that again. No, I'm gonna leave it like that because it's getting harder and harder to cast right now. It's funny, these fish are weird. Some of them go after the sinker instead of the fly. It's like, dude, that's not the food, man. Yeah, cast, but whatever. I'll get it eventually, maybe. And sometimes it has to do with your fly line might not be that good. You know, I don't know what Henry has on here. Probably came with the pole, maybe. If I was gonna buy a fly rod and stuff, it would be a kit. So I got everything in there. Boom, come on, eat it. And so yeah, I don't know what he has. I don't know what he put on there or anything. I just know he gave it to me, and I'm very appreciative. I don't even know if Henry has watched his episode, the one with him and Zach and him. I don't know if he's even watched them. big bluegill. I like it better when it's falling and when it's got a worm on it. They're coming up, looking at it, and then they're like, nah, it doesn't smell right. Put a power egg on. See what happens there. Oh, what do we want here today? Want some yellows? Yeah, let's go yellow. I think yellow's gonna be the ticket. Nice bright yellow. Combining spinning and fly. That's funny. It's probably blasphemy to some fly fishermen to do that. Oh. You can't do that. You're combining the two sports. You gotta stick to the fly. I don't care about that. I want to catch fish. It's one thing when you're fishing. Don't sit there and listen to these idiots and their crap about that's not how you do it. That's not the right way. You want to take a largemouth bass home and eat it? Take a largemouth bass home and eat it. Forget those guys. I mean, I wouldn't take a... I mean, you can do what you want because there's laws to stop people from overfishing and stuff, but I wouldn't take a 20-incher home or 18 or something like that. I'd usually would stop at 16 or so. But that's just me. And you can, like I said, you can do what you want. Don't let anyone stop you. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that. You can do what you want. As long as it's legal. You want to keep a muskie, keep a muskie. I would prefer to catch it again, but that's just me. Oh, these bluegill are not really going after that power rig. That one swam up to it, smelled it, and said, I don't know if I can fit that in my mouth. Oh my gosh, it's wrapped around my legs. Oh yeah, yeah. You are experiencing my very first time fly fishing. So, comments, concerns can be brought up in the comments section. Like I see a bunch of people that catch a muskie, and there is ways to handle it that are correct, you know. But they'll all gang up on you in the comments section. I saw one guy caught a nice walleye. He said it was 25. Everyone's like, "Wow, that's a small 25." Just shut up. Who cares? He knows the truth. If he's lying, then he's lying. I don't think he was lying though. It's just a bad picture. But like, don't be one of those dinks. These guys are annoying. They didn't catch a 25-inch walleye, so they're mad, so they're gonna say it's not real. I was actually surprised last year when I caught my muskie that no one got mad about the way I was holding it or whatever, because they always get mad about everything on these channels. Not on my YouTube, but like on Facebook groups and stuff. Shouldn't be catching those this time of year. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. One guy caught a muskie. I think it was on 4-pound test, and everyone ripped on him because he should have cut the line right away and whatever. And he's like, "Dude, I caught a 40-some inch muskie on 4-pound test, and I got it in." Like, shut up. You tired out the fish, it's gonna die. Yeah, well, whatever. It's like a moment of a lifetime. And again, it's legal, you can do it. Ain't no laws saying you can't use 4-pound test to hunt muskie. There ain't no rules saying you can't eat a 18-inch smallmouth or 18-inch smallmouth or largemouth or whatever. Just people get mad about it. People are even mad that people will keep, like, the limit here in Wisconsin on most lakes is 25 panfish, and they get mad about it. And it's like, well, that's the law. You're overfishing. Well, if they're overfishing, then the DNR will change it. I don't understand, like, all these secret rules and stuff like that. It pushes people out of the sport, which maybe they want because they don't want other people catching fish. Rant. Old fogey Aaron getting annoyed with other old fogies. Who cares? I care. I'm just saying, if it's legal, do what you want, have fun with it. Don't worry about what everyone else is going to say. Don't be influenced by that crap. That's why I got such a bad picture of my muskie. Everyone was pushing me to get it back in the water immediately, and I'm like, well, take a picture. And they take a picture. Okay, you're good. And it's like the worst picture of all time for a trophy fish you could get. About getting it mounted, and they're like, do you have any other pictures? No, that's it. No. It's not really going to be like a replica, you know? You can't see the fish. This egg ain't working. That's surprising. And I'm yet to catch a largemouth, which to me is super surprising. Because there's largemouth all over the place in there. I almost caught one on like the second cast when I first got here. Then I didn't. He swiped at it and left, and haven't seen him since. I was on the popper. Alright, we're going to cast it out here. And we're going to leave it. Again, the second cast was better than the third. We're just going to leave it. We're not going to fish the bottom or something, but we're going to leave it out there for a little bit. See what we can catch. Oh, it's nice to be out. I took a few days off of work last week just to rebuild my body because it gets so sore so fast. Needs a rest. And then, oh, here we go. Oh, I had one. I finally had one. Poop. That was our okay cast. But my body needs days to rest to get back into work shape. So when I went to Iowa, I took Friday off, and then I took Monday off. And then this week I took Friday off again. We didn't have much going on, so that's the nice thing about my job half the time is if we don't have much going on, I can take Friday off or whatever. That's when I like to fish the most, is go on Friday. There's less people out, and bonus, you get a day off of work. Oh, I might catch another perch. Bigger one this time. There we go. That was not exactly where I wanted it, but with the wind and everything, I'll take it. You're getting to know me today. A lot of talking. Can't really teach you too much about fly fishing, except for, you know, what I've learned today. That the wind makes it hard. Oh man. Let that sit for a second. What I kept hearing on the guys who were trying to teach you how to cast was the less false casts you can have, the better, because your arm gets tired. My arm is actually, I can actually feel it a little bit. I'm surprised because this rod's so light. But yeah, I can feel it a little bit in my arm. That was a pass that came through there. Swiped it. Come on, you pansies, eat it. You want to fight? Let's fight. Sit there and just tease me all day. Dirty fish. Might change my fly pretty soon too. See. But this worm's trying to escape. Oh, you almost got away. You almost got away. Mr. Worm. And now you're gonna get eaten. I'm sorry. So close to getting away, and then I'm gonna eat him. Or they're gonna eat him. I'm not eating him. Is there anything you guys want me to do more? It's past jet ski season. I'm gonna go hunting next weekend. It's opening weekend. Got a yurt. I'll show you that. Most likely won't get a deer. I can't scout or anything, so it's too far away. And you have to rent the yurt to get on the property. So not really gonna work out there. But I mean, I'm gonna try and get a deer, and probably be by myself. Kind of scares me being up north in the woods by yourself. No one else is around. It shouldn't be too many people around, you know. Wax works way better than what are those called? Ooh, I'd love to hear about your opinions about the election. I don't, you know how they always say that religion, politics, what's the other thing? Something else is off limits to talking about? No. Nothing's off limits to talk about. That sucker got it. So, anytime you want to drop a political thing on my channel, I'm fine. Love to debate you or agree with you. I don't care. It can hurt my feelings. I know where I'm going when I'm done here. I know what I believe. I know it's right. So I love talking about that stuff. I like to debate people. I like to teach people too, but obviously I'm not an expert on a whole lot of stuff, but when I really know what I'm talking about, I like to teach people about that. Sniffing it? Ah, jeepers. Okay, time to change my fly. I'm sick of this fly. Orangey has done its work. It's time to get a different one. I wonder if I should change to popper again and see what happens there. Yeah, this is this fly box was $13. You have 50 flies. Seems like a good deal to me. Yellow popper, green popper, yellow popper. Try that yellow popper out. Try it while you can, 'cause you gotta pop it out. What the heck are you talking about, man? Popper, popper, check it out. Pardon the singing. I'm not a singer, but I like to I sing all the time. It's dumb stuff. It's not like I'm singing a song. It is stupid stuff like that about poppers. Can't breathe right now. Nose all plugged up. Ooh, anyone else have I went to this place called Advent Nose, and I got my nose reamed out. I'll tell you one thing, that was uncomfortable. They're like, oh yeah, no big deal, it's not a big deal. Oh really? I stood up. Well, first off, they couldn't, so they stick a thing up into your face, into your sinus passages. Is that what it's called? Sinus passages? Sinuses? Probably just sinuses. Well, anyway, they stick stuff into your sinuses, and it goes in, and then because mine were all closed off, they expand a balloon, and you hear and you feel all of that cartilage in your nose and in your sinuses pop, like break. You can hear the crunching, and you're awake while this is going on, and they gotta stick needles in your face and stuff to numb it out. And then I don't seem to the anesthesia doesn't work like at the dentist and stuff like that very good for me. So then I felt all that, and they're like, you feel pain? I'm like, yes. Oh, well, you're not supposed to be feeling pain. Well, that's good to know, but I am. Went through that. What was your experience like? Some people say it's no big deal. It was like just another checkup. I don't know what they're talking about. It was no checkup for me. That freaking hurt. That sucked. And then I got LASIK. Oh, and then I didn't even tell you the best part. The part that hurt the most was burn these things called turbinates. And oh my gosh, when they burnt them, I felt it in my teeth. The nerves must have been connected or something. And oh, that was terrible. Ooh, the wind is really taking stuff. Yeah, so cleaned my sinuses out really good though. I sleep so much better than I used to. I'd wake up every day with headaches because I didn't get enough sleep. And it wasn't sleep apnea. They tested me for sleep apnea. It was I was waking up enough so I couldn't sleep, but I wasn't like stopping breathing or anything like that. So it wasn't serious, but it was, I definitely did not sleep well at all. So once they fixed that, and about, I don't know, maybe a week later, I felt great. So, even though it sucked terribly, I would highly recommend it. If you can't sleep, if you're having problems. Advent Nose, N-O-S-E, N or K Nose. They do a good job. It wasn't like a lack of trying. They put so much anesthesia in my face that they said I can't put any more in. It's just my body not reacting to it. And oh, bass, yes, bass on the popper. That's what we're looking for. Oh, he inhaled that sucker. That's what we're looking for. I mean, a bigger one, but I'll take that little guy. Thanks, buddy. Uh-oh. I really didn't want to do that. Oh no, that went into this little gill. Okay, I'm gonna get this out now. I'm sorry if I kill you, I didn't mean to. Okay, there's your gill. Push it out. Don't stick. Oh, dude, you are so lucky. I did not kill you. Thanks for biting. Wow. That was fun. Just out of nowhere, a bass comes and nails it. And then I forgot what I was saying. Hopefully I didn't just end mid-thought. But then I got LASIK. That is definitely another thing that is totally worth the money. My insurance didn't cover it, so I had to come up with it. It was like, so the total was maybe $4,000. This was a while ago, 4 years ago. And $4,000. Because I had insurance, I got a discount, which was like $600 or something like that. And then if you paid in cash, cash or credit card or whatever, when you paid it, then you got an extra 10% off. So I paid like $3,200 or something for it. I can't remember. But totally worth it. I can see now. I don't have to have glasses. It is not the most pleasant thing, but they give you a Valium before we go in there for your nerves, and the Valium that was nice to have, because otherwise you'd be freaking out. Just all of a sudden I was like, ooh, I am sleepy. I never had a Valium before. Well, let me tell you, makes you tired. Makes you care a little bit less, so. I think it's an anxiety drug, I'm not sure. But, yeah. 2 things I've had done in the last 5-6 years. Oh yeah, and then before that, I had my, shoot, that sucked. I had my tonsils out. And that was quite the experience. I had, so my tonsils, I've always had strep throat and stuff. And I went in, they said, well, let's take your tonsils out, they're terrible. I'm like, okay. And so I went in for surgery. When I woke up, my blood pressure was like 180 over 120 or some crazy crap like that. They thought I was going to have a stroke. And they had to inject me with a bunch of like blood pressure medication to get it down. And I finally got down. It was probably 3 hours later. I finally got to leave. But man, I'll tell you one thing. The pain of that was crazy. 2 weeks it took to finally feel better. And then of course, you know, the insurance company says, the doctor's like, he needs this medicine every, 4 hours for his pain. Here's my approval. And the pharmacy or the insurance company is like, nah, you don't need it. That's too much. So I ended up paying for 1 bottle of it out of my pocket, which was like $90. And it was like a half bottle. It wasn't even like a full. Like I got the first dose from the doctor, and the insurance was fine with that. But the second one, they were like, nope, he doesn't need that anymore. It's like, yeah, I do. I'm a pretty tough guy. I get cut, I get hurt, I laugh it off most of the time, but when you're going through something you really hurt bad, I think an insurance company should tell you what you're feeling. Just my opinion, I guess. I know that they deal with people abusing it and it's addictive, but you can have some exceptions. Now they don't even like give it out. Like I'm in I forgot what happened, broke my hand or something, terrible pain. They're like, oh no, you don't need any of that. It's like, why not? I can't go to work, I can't drive right now. Just give me some freaking pain meds to make me feel better and I can sleep. No, I just take ibuprofen. What? Ibuprofen's good, but not for this. So anyway, I get my medical history. I'm sharing too much with you guys today, but I'm having fun. Catching bluegills, catching a bass. That was fun to catch that bass. Oh, that's right. I was gonna switch to spinning rod and cast it out there further and try and catch something on the bottom. Maybe I'll do that now. Keep this close so this bass doesn't pull it in or something. Yeah, so this about 100 yards of line, 2-pound test for this reel. Wonder how much I got left. A lot of snags trout fishing. There's like resell. 2-pound test is not ideal for most fishing, I'll tell you that much. Bluegill, little trout, that was real fun. Really fun. Really, really. But I'm going to use it here. Try and catch a bigger bass with it. Man, I can't even like get this line out right now. Put it through my... It's too light and the wind is blowing it all over the place. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. Wow, this is annoying. This is annoying. Sorry everyone if you're still watching this and I'm sitting there taking 10 minutes to put line through my rod. But it's not very easy when it's 2 pound and the rod is tiny like this. This is nuts. I can't believe I got that that line out of that bass's throat. Thought for sure he was done for. For sure. Should have went up the top and got my bass rod and tried for a bass that way. But I don't have that much time today. Gotta keep fishing. Gotta keep catching. It's called catching today, not fishing, because I've actually caught quite a few fish. So, what I'm going to do here, if I can tie it on, I'm going to cast it out pretty far. Man, let it sit down for a second. Put a hook on it. Get one of these longer hooks. Maybe I won't swallow it so bad. No, it's funny. I didn't know those trout eggs floated. So then when my brother's like, yeah, you just take the trout egg and you put a split shot on it, and that's what you do. And I'm like, well, it's just gonna be laying down 18 inches from the hook then. Like, it's just gonna be on the ground. No, I'm dumb. It floats. The sinker goes 18 or goes to the bottom, and the egg is 18 inches off the ground, right in the trout's biting zone, and then you catch the trout. The only thing about Iowa you gotta watch out for is some streams you are not allowed to have live bait. So you gotta watch out for that. I guess it's the one thing in Iowa that there's real different kind of restrictions. I'm gonna use a drop shot here. Maybe I'm gonna use a drop shot. So you just tie your normal fishing hook, and then you stick your normal knot, and then you take you make an extra long tag, and you stick that back through the top of the hook. Man, this line is annoying. I didn't have to deal with this though. So you stick it back just through the hook, and then you pull it through. Did I get it through there? No. So, man, I'm running out of time here. I have all day to be tying stupid knots. I want to fast forward until you see me put the weight on here. This is not cooperating. Okay. Get it through there. There's a knot like that. Take one of these guys. Put that on. Tie that. A lot of times with drop shots, you're supposed to, you don't tie as many loops on, or as strong of a knot, and then you get snagged. You can just break the weight off, which works, but I'm not doing that right now. Alright, so that's in there. So let's put a wax worm on. A couple of wax worms on. Why not? I got 36 of them. And we'll fish the bottom out there. See if a bass wants to hook up with this sucker, or perch, or carp, or... Brother-in-law was telling me there's a big northern in here that was put in here a long time ago, and no one's seen it die, but no one's seen it, so they don't know if it's still there or not. Pretty fun to catch a giant northern pike. Oh my gosh. Well, That knot wasn't strong enough. It's only a little frustrating, right? Why did that fling off so easy? They cut the line? This thing with 2-pound tests, nope, it did not cut the line. I tied it wrong. I tied it crappy. Let's give it some extra oomph here. Man, how frustrating is that? Okay, now when I know what's on there, I think I lost that wax worm. Come back to that, get this fly line in now. Fun fishing with it today, but I'm pretty much done with it. Maybe I'll give it a couple more casts. Step on my pole. Get something that actually grabs it and goes. Well, let's try this. I bet you I have a fish on in less than 30 seconds. What do you think? I'll be shocked if I don't. Oh, I'm running out of time. Yep, got one. That's what I thought. An extra long hook saved it from swallowing it. Strap it right here. Some more bass over this way. Okay, so efficiency wise, if you wanted to come here and catch a lot of fish, drop shot and some wax worms is the way to go. Fun wise, I don't know. I think the flies and rods got it. Holy crap, I didn't know I was gonna go that far. I almost hit the bank way over by that tree. Probably get snagged. Hope not. I'll have to retie. It's really easy, as you saw. Retie that. There's perch over here. I know, and there's bass over here. sides. Looks tasty. Cold out here, it's not warming up. Oh, I had something. Turds. It's weird how I didn't feel it in my rod. The wind is blowing my super thin line away. I don't know if that has something to do with that. Bloop. Oh, my fly go. Oh my gosh. Well, the fly was weeding out these guys. Look at how small this guy is. I'll see what a bass thinks about that. They can eat that. I'm going to put this away real quick. It was fun to learn. It's a fun day. But it's time to put it away. Okay, well, here's one thing bass are very good at, and that's pulling your pole out. Well, that was fun. I enjoy fly fishing. Super awesome in a creek. Catching some trout. Be real fun. Yeah. Super fun. Super duper fun. Pretty good. Oh. What? We've hit the slow part of the day where I've caught enough bluegill to kind of get bored with it. So I drop shotted a bluegill. And we're gonna catch a bluegill. Or we're gonna catch a bass with it, hopefully. Big enough. It's like the perfect size for a nice little morsel for a bigger bass. Check the drag. Might need a little. I don't know with 2 pound tests what a bass is gonna. I mean, I haven't caught a bass on this 2 pound test yet, so caught some yesterday over there on 4 pound. That was fun. It's pretty easy though. Come on, big old bass. Chow it down, bros. Yep, but we have transitioned to bass fishing with 2 pound tests and ultralight using a bluegill on a drop shot to try and catch one. Figured if they're out there this morning, then a little bluegill way out there is not going to make sense, and they're going to be like, yeah, free dinner or free lunch, breakfast, whatever time it is. So we'll see what happens. It's 11 o'clock. Hey Google. Google's not working. Hey Google, you stink. Let's settle one for 11:25. Gives me enough time to get home. Watch the Packers. Little guy's like trying to get home. Well, bring the man. No, shoot. I'll bring the wax worms and my bluegill. We'll see what happens. See what happens today. I know there's bass over there, so that's more of the place I'm gonna start, I guess. Give it 10 minutes, nothing touches. Maybe this bluegill will survive, let him go. Otherwise the raccoon will have a nice meal. You'd be surprised how well this works. Perch on a drop shot. Kind of stuck in place, they're moving around, the big fish come over like, what are you doing? Easy meal. And they nail them. Last hurrah before I have to leave. Catch some fish. I'd love to catch a big bass on 2 pound test. That would be an achievement in itself. Xbox would be like, bing! You have caught a largemouth bass on 2 pound test. But it'd have to be like 15. Even a foot long one would be a challenge. A foot long smallmouth would be insane. Largemouth ain't that strong. Smallmouth is insane. Got that song stuck in my head from my little short I made. Okay, time we're gonna get rid of this bluegill. We're gonna get rid of this bluegill at 11:15. Give myself 10 minutes to catch some bluegills with the wax worms. Then we're gonna leave. Alright, well, give it one more cast here. No, we won't. Too heavy of a setup. We have lost everything. Well, that's great. On that note, we're gonna call it a day. Only one bass today, which I'm pretty surprised about, but lots of bluegill, lots of fun. Learned a little bit about fly fishing, different techniques of fly fishing. You know, like, you don't just have to use a fly. You can add trout egg if you want. You can add split shots. You can use wax worms. You can carps. I bet you could just put a hook and a split shot on there. You're like in a creek and just let it go down the creek like that with a worm or something. So pretty cool. Fun day. I'm gonna introduce this video completely raw and uncut. Hopefully it ain't too boring. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I am going to, dang it, I'm probably gonna make an edited version too. So like if you'd rather just watch that guy. And yeah. Fun day on the water. Fun day. Really wish it wasn't as windy, and I wish it would have warmed up, because I bet you this afternoon, when it's in the mid-50s, the fish are going to be biting, and you can come down here and catch fish. Quite a few fish, probably bass too. They'll probably be active. That would be really fun with the fly rod. I'm going to try that fly rod at my mom's house for largemouth. It's a place, well, it's still 25 minutes away from her house. She's hour and 45 minutes away from me, so 2 hours plus away from my house. There's a place where we catch a lot of fish, and I will probably head there at some point. Probably not this year. It's getting a little late. Not really sure how the bass are going to be biting. Probably next spring. As it rains a bunch. If there's no rain there, the water's low, then it sucks. And you sit 2 hours driving, and you're not going to catch anything. So that's very disappointing. Make sure I didn't leave anything. Don't want to leave anything for the kids to step on. Make sure that bumblebee is gone, because don't want anyone getting that in their foot. This kind of looks like it, but it's a leaf. Dang gust of wind. Just flings it right out of my hands. Bluegill probably ate it. Probably dying though. I do not see it anywhere though. It'd be at shore here, but most likely it'd be under the water. If it flew in the water, it got pushed to over here. I don't know where it went. Can't believe I lost that drop shot. That sucks. I mean, I can't believe it. That was kind of a dumb setup, to be honest. Should have went and got my different pole for that, but no time. Go home, watch the old Packers, eat some lunch, drink some soda, maybe have a beer. I don't know. I don't really like drinking a beer during a noon Packer game. It throws your whole day off. I don't mind if they're on Sunday night football or something, having a beer. You're gonna go to bed anyway, but having it at like lunchtime is just, I don't know, it's just weird. That's all I gotta say about that. It's the old truck up there. If you want a good truck, the old Toyota Tundra. Reliable, safe, roomy. Expensive for a used car. It is not cheap. Not cheap at all. I got the bad boy one. Got the 1794. I think it's 1794. It's the platinum is the best you can get. This is Well, I mean, back in 2016. So the platinum is the best you can get, but this is a higher level than the platinum. 1794. I really like it a lot. I'll probably have it for a long time. Got to pay it off first. And I'll probably have it for years. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great week. See ya!